Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I am back again with another video. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. So you guys, I am back again with another video. This channel is called Live Narc Free, where it is all about getting free and staying free after dealing with narcissistic abuse. So you guys, I was actually thinking about something that I know maybe that you could be dealing with, or you may know somebody that's dealing with this. If you have a narc partner or a narc parent, narc in-law, or narc sibling, or narc aunt or uncle, um, it could be like, where your narcissist is always saying things to you, um, and they actually don't mean it, and they could actually mean things that they don't say, and you may want to know why they're doing this and what they actually mean. A lot of times, narcissists beat around the bush most of the time, or, they like to manipulate, they like to persuade and convince and control people, to make them submit to their will and make them do things that they don't want to do out of, fear, guilt, and obligation. So, you could have, like, let's say it's a partner, like your narc partner could say, like, oh, or if, like, let's say it's somebody you're dating or like a friend, they could be like, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship, stuff like that. Or, I'm not ready to settle down, or it's just not the right time for me, or something like that. Or they like make up an excuse to not to commit to you. But meanwhile, they could have other people that they're seeing secretly, or people, they could be like going out on dates and stuff, or, they could have like a online dating app profile where they could be receiving messages from different people and stuff like that. And you could be like, well, I thought they said they didn't want a relationship, or I thought that they didn't want to commit, or they didn't want to be with me, or whatever, in that type of way. But what they really mean is that they don't want to be in a relationship with you. Like, they don't want to commit to you, because the type of relationship that you want is not the type of relationship that the narcissist wants. So a lot of them will manipulate and control and confuse you too, and really it's to keep you holding on with hope, and um to make you feel like, oh, one day things are going to get better, one day we're going to be with each other, and we're not going to have this conflict. Because I know, even with me, you guys, after the narc wanted me to be his side chick, and I think eventually there was a point in time where he was single, and so I guess he wanted me to take the place of his ex-girlfriend or whatever. But long story short, I turned him down, and from that point on, it was like he was out for revenge, and so he kept gassing me up, saying like, oh, I'm looking for a person like yourself, I could see myself being with a person just like you. He was telling me that, and he was like, oh, like, when you get your place, like, we're gonna be together. And I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, like, maybe we will be together. But that didn't happen. It was the complete opposite. So he wasn't meaning what he was saying. It was just more so like, oh no, I'm gonna get you back for turning me down and rejecting me and stuff like that. So you just want to be careful. And then you could also have that happen too, where it's like a narc parent or a narc in-law. So like the narc parent could be like, oh, son or daughter, I really want you to grow up and be happy, have your own family, be successful one day, and I want you to do you. I want you to, be independent and stuff like that. And I want you to live life, basically. And that narc parent doesn't mean that. What they really mean is that they don't want you to have your own life. They don't want you to, in their mind, like, overshadow them, or you know um I don't know, they have like this competition thing going on, so they could feel like they don't want you to outdo them or something stupid like that. And then also too, they could be like they could say they want you to have your like own girlfriend or own boyfriend, or that they want you to get married. But then when it actually comes down to it, then they're like criticizing that, like, your girlfriend or boyfriend, or they're judging them, or they're talking down on them to you. And so you'll start to see, like, they don't want you to have a relationship, they don't want you to get married, they don't want you to have your own life. And I can tell you guys this, in regards to my aunt. I lived with her for 5 years. So I know I said on the other video it was from age 17 to 21. It was actually from age 17 to 22. That's 5 years. But anyway, so I remember, you guys, I've never shared this with you all. I want to say it was like the 2 year mark that I had wanted to leave California. I didn't want to stay, you guys. I did not. I didn't like it. I wasn't used to it. I was missing people that I thought were my friends at the time. And I was missing my mom a lot. I wanted to go back to like live with my mom again. And my aunt, you know what she would say? She'd be like, "Oh, Joy, like, are you sure you want to move? You know, you haven't really been here that long. Why don't you, give it some more time and see how you like it?" And I would be like so depressed. And like if you move from like your hometown and you go to like another state, of course you're gonna miss like the familiar. And that was me. I was like 19 at the time, and yeah, I was just so like sad and lonely, and I had to eventually I ended up meeting some friends and stuff. But during that period of time, my aunt was just telling me like, "Oh, are you sure you want to move? There's so many things that you can do here, and this and this and that." And who knows, like if I would have left when I wanted to, I don't know how my life would have turned out. But it ended up being where I stayed. I ended up staying, and it is what it is. I don't really know if I could say like if that was the right or the wrong decision, but I ended up staying. But I don't know, maybe like if I would have left, things might have been different. But who knows? Only God knows that. But yeah, it's just more so like. But at the same time, my aunt was kind of telling me, she's like, okay, like if you really want to move, then just make sure you're doing the right thing, and this and this and that. But meanwhile, like she really didn't want me to move. And so again, it's like narcissists say things that they don't mean and mean things that they don't say. So, you kind of just want to keep that in mind. And I'm saying all this to say, if you're dealing with a narcissist, just understand that this person is just not telling you the truth, and they're beating around the bush. And, they could cause you to feel, confused and stressed out and having anxiety and depression. And it takes a toll on your mental health. They could drain you mentally, emotionally, financially for some, and they can make you, codependent on them for literally everything. So you do just want to keep that in mind. So anyway, I hope that this video was helpful. And before I do go, I wanted to share the other experience that I had with my aunt. I might make another video on this, but I remember my uncle who lives in Colorado came to visit my aunt and the family. And for some weird reason, I was still kind of new to California, and I'm not sure what was going on, but like, narcissists like to make, people around them feel low, less than. They like to make them feel unimportant and like low value. And I'm not sure if the mask kind of came down off of my aunt and I just wasn't aware because, like I said, I didn't figure out that my aunt was a narc until after I had moved out. But like I said, I was starting to see the signs within the 2 year mark of living with her. And I think that was another reason why I had wanted to move, but she had convinced me otherwise. But anyway, so my uncle had came to visit, and I guess like my aunt had a big house or whatever. And for some weird reason, she was saying like my uncle had to stay in my room and that I had to sleep on the couch. And I'm thinking like, well, why would she say that, since he's the visitor? He should sleep on the couch. But some way, somehow, he ended up sleeping in my room, and I slept on the couch. And I was thinking like, that's strange, like, and eventually I ended up going to stay with my other aunt in California. But I don't know, I just felt like she was just trying to make me feel like, oh, like it is what it is, you're not important, or you know uh, you're like an outcast, or stuff like that. Because like she didn't say that to her sons or to her husband. Like for some weird reason, she was like, "Oh, Joy, like why don't you let your uncle have your room since he's gonna be here for some time, blah 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 blah, whatever." And I mean, I didn't really think much of it, but looking back, I'm just like, that was just kind of, I don't know if that was like part of the evaluation stage of it all, and then stuff like that. But I guess that's for another video. But I had never like shared that with you guys. And but you guys know that narc parents, they don't value their children. They just see them as objects. They see them as extensions of themselves to be used and mistreated, you know, to be bullied and humiliated and feel less than. So if that's happening to you, just know that you're not alone and that you shouldn't accept the abuse. So anyway, I hope that this video was helpful and insightful. Be sure to give this video a like, share, and subscribe. And I guess maybe this video could just help you to understand and to see through people. And before I do go, you know that normal people can do this too. Normal people can say things that they don't mean and mean things that they don't say, just again because they're being manipulative or they're trying to get something out of you, or they feel like, there's a benefit that they get from you and you don't know about it. So just make sure that you use your intuition and you trust yourself, and you just kind of learn how to read between the lines with people. Because unfortunately, the world we live in, you got to be careful. So anyway, I love you guys, and until the next time, take care. Bye.